So in the shadows of doubts of whether you can paint or not, it's always good to come out in nature and practice the elements of painting. And of course they present themselves beautifully in the natural setting, and you could study the shapes or line or the textures, how the light comes through. And so I brought a big piece of paper today and hope to express some of this beautiful, incomprehensible design and see what happens. So I have charcoal pastels and Conte here to try to get a grayscale of this scene. And what is the shape of trees? I mean, this one with that's been in some fire can be quickly represented as a big vertical and dark shape. But then these other things, the roots, are more like lines. And the path up has all these intricate outlines going all the way up and some other darks. Then you come across here and then another dark tree. And then most of them are actually lit by the side. Lovely little log here at the side. And some other interesting stumps behind. Richard Juryn Trail has a lot of bikers come through, and they carve away a really nice pattern in the paths. And good hiking trails up here. Take Leica often to this area. We enjoy the light coming through the trees and the shadows that dance about and change as you walk through. So the Conte can add little highlights of color, grayscale. And when you're thinking about a design, I think it's good to think about the values as they play out. But the light adds a certain expression and glistens along the path here. So we can outline that. Some sticks, some so this lock actually has a darker gray. So it's a bit of a shadow here. Oh, and I love these little new growths peeking up, trying to reach through into the light. It's really the hardest to employ, I think, for artists, to design it so that there's these spaces between the interest and that it gives it some rest. And that you have a certain level of values. So some are dark, some are mid-tone, and some are really light, like the white of the paper. Now this one's got a little red tone, so maybe I'll just add that while I see it. Just a lovely little kind of glisten of color on the edge, like a Mondrian. Sure, let's put a little bit of red right here. And I don't know, Mondrian had a little more pure color here. Just interesting what you notice when you spend some time out here, where the light hits right here and up here. Just want to put a little bit of highlight around this lovely trunk. There's these little hatches there. It's really dark pattern in the crack. Okay, a swoop of the bark, another larger space here, just represented with a worm. Another stump here. So like a brush, you can bring a color on its side and just bring it through the space and sure, eliminate some of the texture in some areas and then, you know, add it to others wherever you feel there's this play on texture. But generally try to keep it simple is the hard part. Okay. Connect this moss. I like that how it's going through here. I like how it sort of makes its way across here too, between twigs and things, and on top of logs and other areas here. I do like this light blue pastel. There's sunshine behind there, and it is coming through these trees here, lighting them up a bit. Got to keep the repetitions, making sure they're not too even. That's the hard part again. And this part, I guess there's a little bit of blue peeking through. A little bit of let's make this more brown. Lots of stumps here. Which one to include? Probably the less, the better. Just put some little key values here. Shadows. What is the shape of those trees? What is the line played out? This enjoyable expression with Pastel and Conte has allowed me to study some of the textures and play of light that comes through. And I'm just thankful for the opportunity again to see the joy of this place and study it in the drawing, and hope to pass this joy on to you through my work.